Hi, St Mary Abbots. It's Miss Henley, obviously. I'm going to be teaching you some art today, and we're going to be making some rainbows for hope. I don't know if you guys know, but there are lots of children all around the country making rainbows to show that they're like hopeful that coronavirus will go away, and so am I, to be honest. So we're going to be making some rainbows today, just out of household things. If you can't find any materials in your house, then hopefully you'll be able to nip out for a walk and find some materials out on your walk. Outside, it's full of lovely colours, and there are loads of things in nature that you can absolutely use to make your rainbows. And hopefully I'm going to show you some things you can do right now. So this is a rainbow that I made on Saturday, I think. And I did it using dried flowers, some leaves there, a little bit of ribbon, some lentils and some more ribbon just there. You might find some ribbon that your mum and dad have lying around from old presents or something. If you can't, don't worry about it. I've got loads of other options right here. Okay, let's get started with what you need. So the first thing you need is a blank sheet of A3 paper, or maybe A5 paper. It's up to you, it just depends on how big or how small you want your rainbow. If you've only got an A4 sheet, that'll be fine. The next thing you need are some plates, and try and get different sized plates. So I've got one big plate, a slightly smaller plate, a slightly smaller one, and an even smaller one. And that will help me to draw around my rainbow. Again, don't worry if you don't have different sized plates, just draw around the first one, and hopefully with a steady hand and a bit of help from mum or dad, you'll be able to draw your rainbow. The next thing you guys will need are some materials to collage. Now, I'm quite lucky because I have loads of art materials. You guys might need to do a little bit more foraging than I have. So I've got some blue string. I've got an onion, which I know is weird, but the skin will be really good for collaging my orange parts of my rainbow. I've got some lovely red leaves. Now these are actual leaves that I picked up in the park the other day, just through in Holland Park, and they're so pretty. I've also got some yellow flowers, yellow leaves here. Got a little bit of red string just in case. I've got some pasta shells, which I thought would be really lovely to use for my yellow part of my rainbow. And I've got a little bit of green string. I may or may not use that, who knows. Okay, let's get started with our collage. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, oh, sorry, I forgot. You're also probably gonna need some PVA glue. If you don't have PVA, then you might just use a normal stick of glue, or maybe if your mum and dad have some double-sided sellotape, that would be pretty good as well. Just depends on what you have at home. Don't go asking mum and dad for anything special just for this art project, please, or I'll get in trouble. Okay, let's start with drawing our rainbow first. Now, you'll notice pretty quickly that I'm drawing upside down. Don't worry about that for right now. Yeah, it will be upside down. It's not the end of the world. You guys can use your imagination now. I'll keep turning it around as much as I can to make it look perfect for you guys. Now I've lost my pencil. Hold on, coming. Okay, I'm back. Right, I'm gonna draw my first plate first. And I'm just gonna make a lovely arch shape. Okay, now I'm gonna draw around my second plate, my slightly smaller plate, and I want my first rainbow arch to be nice and thick. Don't worry if it goes a little bit wonky, we're going to be collaging it anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Just as long as we have a rough rainbow shape. Then what we can do is we can just fix it as we go. We're going to be fixing quite a lot of our rainbow arches because a couple of them will be an odd shape. Okay. Arch number 3. Then let's do arch number 4. See, this one's a little bit weird shaped. Never mind. Now I'm going to do arch number 5. I'm just going to freehand this one. Like I told you before, it doesn't have to be perfect. You guys Might choose to paint your backgrounds first, that's fine by me. If you want to do a lovely like cloudier sky or a lovely starry night, or, well no, rainbows don't really come out at night. If you want to do a lovely cloudy sky, or maybe paint some fields in the background or something, that's fine by me. I'm just doing mine with a plain background because I quite like just the rainbow. Okay, so after you're done with that, you need to get either some watercolor paints like I have, or you can get some colored pencils or maybe felt tips or something, just because we're going to be doing a collage, and the collage thing, it looks really pretty once it's finished, but if you don't fill all of the gaps, then it's going to look really, really uncolourful, and it's not going to look very pretty at all. I'm going to start with my lightest colour first. So I'm going to do my yellow one first. Now, if you don't know what colours are in the rainbow, then I'm sure it will just be a quick Google. Just quickly Google it, and then you'll find out the colours of the rainbow. Although you should hopefully know them by now, seeing as you're all very clever and you go to the best school in the whole world. Right, so rainbow number 3 is yellow. I've forgotten one. I forgot one colour, guys. I'm going to have to go back and add in another colour in a minute. Again, don't worry about it being perfect, guys. Honestly, it's fine if it goes outside the lines a little bit. It's absolutely fine. Ooh. Just try to make sure it's not soaking wet, because we're going to be sticking things on it in a minute. Okay, then get your orange. Let's paint our orange. And it doesn't even matter really if they blend into each other. I actually quite like that. But that's just me. I'm a messy painter, so I don't really mind that too much. Okay, and then I'm going to get my red. I'm going to paint my red arch. Just need to fix this up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to get my red arch, finish that off. Now I need to add in a blue one. Oops, completely forgot about blue. I'm very mean because I like green so much, I kind of forgot about blue. Just going to finish painting my red. Ooh. Really nearly went outside the lines there then. Okay, just going to quickly draw my blue arch because I completely forgot about that. It's my littlest one, the very bottom of the rainbow. Okay, let's do a green one. Now I've got loads of different kinds of green, but I only really like this one because it looks the most natural. The other ones all look a bit artificial. I'm not a fan of artificial things. Don't like a gross green. I like a nice natural leafy green. Okay. Now finally I'm going to paint my blue. Ooh, need more paint on my brush. Now guys, don't worry too much about the thickness of your brush, but if I were you, I definitely would paint with a thinner brush than I'm painting with. And I'd also take a lot more time than I'm doing it, because I'm doing it to show you guys. I'm rushing it a little bit. Yours will be way neater and therefore way nicer if you take your time a little bit more than I am. Okay, so now I'm finished with painting my rainbow. I can get collaging. So I'm going to use a wet glue. I'm going to use PVA glue, which is nice and wet. So that means I can paint on top of, I can stick it on top of my wet paint. If you're painting with dry glue, you'll need to wait until your paint is dry first. And if we can, try and keep your background nice and clean. Unless, of course, you're cutting it out. If you're cutting it out, then don't worry about your background. Okay. I'm going to start first by collaging on my red things. And I'm going to start with my lovely red leaves. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on. Now I want to be quite abundant with my use of glue. so that my leaves actually stick, because leaves have a way of drying and then they flake off, which is really annoying. So I want to make sure that they stick really nicely. Oh, I just tore my leaf. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about going outside of the lines of your rainbow. If anything, I think it creates a lot more shape and I think it looks a lot lovelier when it's full of texture. So I might even make my leaves poke out the top of my rainbow to give it a kind of mohawk style. I like the look of that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, and I'm just going to do a half of it so that I don't spend my whole time just sticking that on. You guys can carry on collaging your top half of your rainbow. Now let's move on to our yellow part. So my yellow part I'm probably going to do with these lovely pasta shells. Now, my pasta shells will not stick on very well unless I use a lot of glue, so I might just go directly on with my glue like that. The best thing about this glue is that it sticks and it dries clear, which is so lovely because it means that you can mess around with it and you can spill it all over your piece of work and it will still stay nice and clean and it will still look really, really pretty. I might even drizzle a little bit of glue over the top. Okay, I'm going to stop showing you there because I reckon I've told you all you need. Just get experimental with it, have a lot of fun with it, and after you're done, please, please, please tweet a video or tweet a picture of your finished artwork and send it into St. Mary Abbots, and please put them up in your windows and show the whole world that you're hopeful and that at St. Mary Abbots we never give up. Bye!